There seems to be a demand for C++ developers lately, and I know that our inventory of developers rotates frequently, so we have a lot more junior developers than we have senior developers typically. AI is kind of throwing a wrench in that, but I know if you're working in C++, especially a legacy C++ application where there may not be unit tests, there may not be any automation pipelines, there may not be a lot of support for newer compilers, for the newer versions of C++. I personally think it's dangerous to allow developers to use tools like Copilot or Claude in a legacy C++ application as mid-level or junior developers. There's about 6 steps that if you follow, you can really leverage AI correctly. And this goes from beginning to end, from analysis to implementing features, fixes, or unit tests, whatever you need to do. I'm just going to briefly explain the first step. Basically, it's just code comprehension. Analyze the code you're looking at. You can ask AI to generate a high-level summary of a function, deconstruct a complex expression or algorithm, identify and categorize code smell. Now, a code smell is, too many comments in one area. Maybe there's too much explanation required for a certain algorithm, things like that. You can get an idea of how many raw pointers there are opposed to smart pointers. Some code bases don't use any smart pointers. Maybe they're not modern enough, or there's not enough knowledge of them or trust in them. Many things can contribute to the reasons. But you can also visualize the class dependency graph, using specific languages to draw diagrams. There's a couple. But most importantly, let's understand the code first. That's step number 1. If you don't understand the code, don't make any changes, and don't rely on AI to understand it for you. Rely on AI to help you understand it faster. In my opinion, that's much more effective long term because you're gaining the knowledge and you're really understanding the code. Because if you've worked with AI long enough, it doesn't go well if you don't really understand what the intent of the code is. So let's really push to get that step number 1 concrete. I'll be talking about the rest of the steps that I like to take in future videos. Stay tuned. Cheers.